Our work is dangerous, it's hard work. So when I got the opportunity to go down to the World Trade Center and work that Friday, I went down with a lot of motivation. We're going to go down there, we're going to take care of this job. It has to be done, it's up to us to get it done, no problem. But what I found out was, after just a few weeks, I was physically and emotionally just exhausted. It was a bad day. The wind was blowing up the river, and the smell was pretty bad, and it had been raining, and it was wet all day, and wet into the night. It got to the point that I was going to quit. So it was time to go get a dinner break. I was sitting there eating my beef stew, thinking to myself, you know, I've had it. I've been here 3 weeks. I volunteered for a week. I've done my share. When I get done with my shift, I'm going to go tell my boss that that's it. I can't do no more. So I made up my mind, and so I felt a little better. And then this lady come over to me. She was a real nice lady, senior citizen, and she put her hand on my shoulder, and I looked up at her, and she said, "You got mail." This was just a couple letters. One was a card made out of pink construction paper from a little girl in the 7th grade named Dana Yu, and she's from Westchester, Pennsylvania. And the other was a letter from a 5th grader named Nancy Hudson, and she's from Trimble County, Kentucky. So I took the card and the letter, and I read them. And they're all about the same, the letters we got down there. The kids, they don't understand how anybody could possibly do such a terrible thing to us. And they wish that they could help, but yet they're only 9 or 11, and then they can't help. But they know we're doing a good job, and they know that we're tired, and they know that we're exhausted, and that mentally it must be very tough. But just please do us a favor and don't give up and never quit, because that they're counting on us. So after I read the letter and the card, I remember I started to cry, and it was really quite uncontrollable. I mean, I was completely shot. And I remember that I was ashamed of myself. Here I was feeling sorry for myself because I was tired, and the conditions aren't good, and seemed to forget why we were there, you know, and that a lot of people out there were counting on us, and this was our job to do, and that we needed to get it done. And so I made up my mind right then and there that no matter what happened from that day on, that I was going to stay, and I was going to do this job as long as it took. But I knew I wasn't going to be able to just do it on my own, because I had realized that I'm not the young Marine I once was, and I'm not the young dock builder I once was, you know, that I'm a little fatter, and I'm a little older, and I'm not quite as strong. So what I would do is, to get a little courage and a little strength, was every day I would go and get a couple more letters, and then I would read them from the kids. And they were just fabulous.
Slowly, morale returned to the pile as workers, on their own, found meaning in their work. Father Jordan became the chaplain of Ground Zero, ministering to all denominations, all faiths. For Father Jordan, the 12th day of the cleanup would become a turning point. Inside the ruins of Building 6, a laborer discovered something that startled him. It was a torn steel T-beam in the perfect form of a cross.